It's 797 KHV, and your time right now is 3:19. And as promised, they are here. They're in the studio, representing for the Preachers of LA. Pastor Wayne Chaney is here, along with Pastor Jay Haslip.
Hey, how are you? Doing wonderful. Glad to be here at Heaven 97.
Come on. I like that.
Just go in when you say
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Well, thank you for being here. Welcome to Dallas, I should say.
Thank you.
I don't know if this heat is bothering y'all. Y'all okay? It's a little
good.
warm.
Yeah. This is perfect. As long as it's not humid, I can deal with. We can deal with the heat.
Okay.
We can deal with the heat.
Okay. Just checking on you. Well, of course, you're getting ready for the new season of Preachers of LA. I got hard questions. Can I ask hard questions?
Go for it. Go for it.
We family. We
Go
talking.
for it.
So, was there ever a point in this new season? Because, of course, a lot of surprises I'm sure are going to be coming up. Was there ever a point where you were like, should I have signed on the dotted line? Should I have come back for season 2?
Oh, no, that was season 1. No, I mean,
because I know this time you dug a little deeper, right?
Yeah, I think we got more familiar with the process.
Okay.
All of us. I mean, you got the real preachers.
Right,
don't get me wrong. Last year, but I mean, we had a lot on the line. And we wanted to really fully embrace the process, trust the process, the characters we're working with, the production company, the network. But I think we're in good hands. They did an amazing job. And so I think you're going to find everyone this year a little bit more exposed.
Well, listen, I want to confess because I love Oxygen, but when you'll see Dietrich and I actually butt heads, and there was a moment I'm like, is this this ain't what I signed up for? But this is where we're going to go. All right, Dietrich, let's work through this thing.
So the new season is going to kick off on August 20th. They're on Oxygen. Now, another hard question. Now, that's your perspective and your perspective, but the Wonderful Wives had to play a big part, too. They were on camera a lot. They had a lot of interaction. Was there ever a time where they came home and was like, honey, why are we doing this again? What happened? Did y'all ever have that experience?
Well, anytime you're on a show like this, for one, you have to make yourself transparent. And in doing that, you make yourself extremely vulnerable. And so that's stretching for people who do what we do, to allow people to come into our world and for us to be authentic and genuine in front of them. That's not easy. So it takes a lot out of you. On top of our already super busy schedules, then you add this to it. It's pretty intense.
I can imagine.
Yeah, not the wife as much as, we did have some members who just in general sense, and you hear the heart of it. They were concerned about the show, not because of, again, the role that we played on the show, but I think they just needed a little bit more TLC. They missed their pastor. People, Antioch knows that they're my first priority. But with that said, they just needed to be reassured that, I wasn't going anywhere.
Right. And I can kind of imagine, because when you're a part of a ministry, you love your pastor. And so sometimes you guys face some criticism.
Sure.
So you don't want people talking about your pastor.
Right.
You like me, you ready to squat?
Yeah, I got folks in my church that'll cut you talk about me.
See, right.
Yeah,
so
not
I can
fully
imagine.
Sanctified.
God's working on them. God's working on them.
So tell me about surprises. I know you can't give it away, but can we kind of hint to what we're going to get this next season?
Yeah, you're going to get a little bit more. You got to know the characters, the main characters last year. We established those. This year, you're going to get to know our family. And you know what happens when family comes to town.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what family reunions like. So imagine that being captured on camera. So, with my story, we have, a conflict, a serious conflict between my mother and my brother. And I can't promise you that I look saved, when we address this. As I shared earlier, we practice the laying on of hands as well as the laying on of hands, if you know what I mean.
Understood.
And so you're going to have to stay tuned to see if Wayne Chaney had to lay hands on family.
Gotcha.
And again, we talked
scarring on your knuckles.
Don't tell me.
Hey! You weren't supposed to point that out, man. You gave it away now, man. You gave it away. They're not going to watch.
And what about you, Pastor Jay?
Well, it's no secret that I struggled for years with addiction, and I overcame it. And I have 3 kids. I love my kids. They're awesome. But one of my sons, has struggled with similar things that I struggled with. And you will see me trying to help him through that process. And it's not an easy process. There's not a cookie cutter answer.
Right.
And so I'm doing my best to deal with it, to help him, to get him to where he needs to be. And hopefully it'll all end up in a beautiful place.
Man, amen. The Preachers of LA, y'all, the season premiere for season 2 is going to be happening on Wednesday, August 20th, right there on Oxygen, and Oxygen's been blowing up. See, the Preachers had to come make Oxygen
I'm telling you. You know, when you have anointed people, part of any organization, it transforms the organization. Just ask. Don't get me preaching now. Just ask Pharaoh what happened when Joseph got to town.
Now, in the last few minutes that we have together, I got another hard question. Because I'm loving this. Was there ever a point where he was like, okay, no, we can't go there? Absolutely not. We stop right here. We can talk around it. We can talk in front of it, but we're not going there. Was there ever a point?
No, not for me, because, you know, I mean, there were some things that, you know, unfolded in real time that I'm like, wow, you guys really want to go here? I said, I'm all right. I'm willing to cooperate with the process, and you'll see that. I mean, for some people, some of those things are a little shocking. It's like, wow, I can't believe preachers are that's what's happening with those guys, or that's what's going on right there, you know. But it's real.
Now, there are some times where I told them, listen, you guys can't go there. I'm the father of 3 children.
Right.
And at times they wanted to go to certain parts of the house that my kids tore up. I said, no, you will not go there. The devil is a lie. You got to stay in the living room. You know, you're not going to have me on national TV looking like my life's falling apart. You know, because we tried to keep the house clean in all the areas in the house. Orderly, but there are times I had to shut the camera crew down because they'll start wandering through your house, filming stuff while you went outside to get something out of the car, and so I had to shut them down a couple times
because they're trying to get the complete picture, and so you're like, okay, two complete, come back.
Yeah, you know, we can leave a couple items, there's a couple Legos sitting out, but you know, my kids, you know, they'll thrash some things.
Well, you know, one of the things that I think that's so beautiful about our show is the fact that we are transparent, and we do allow people to go into places where they typically don't see preachers, as far as dealing with issues, working through problems, how they handle things, whether it's in their family or with other people. And, you know, some of the church world may not necessarily like that, but the majority of people outside of the church world, it's actually encouraging them, and it's helping them discover, you know what, I don't have to be perfect to come to God. I can come to church just like I am and not be judged. I'll be loved. I'll be accepted. I won't be put down. And I'm not trying to justify a lower standard of living, but what I'm trying to say is that everybody needs to understand that as long as we're in this world, whether you're a preacher or just somebody trying to get it right, we're all going to need God.
Amen.
That never quits.
Amen. That's it. Y'all, the Preachers of LA, now tonight, they can actually come out and see you guys.
Yes, check it out. I hope they do.
Going to be at the AMC Mesquite tonight at 7 p.m., and they'll get a chance to actually see a screening for the new season. So
they'll get
excited
to see it before other people get to see it. This will be, they're going to get to see it. And before everybody gets to see it on August 20th.
And I think a lot of people want to see you guys, too. Think about it, because you're in our homes every week, so you're like our family now.
And, you know, this is an opportunity to take the discussion that you've been having in your living room with family, you know, throwing shoes at the screen. You know, you can actually talk to us and get perspective, because there are some questions people have about, you know, why we've done this, you know, if it's a space Christians should be in. And this is something we really given time, attention, thought to. There's deep theology and philosophy behind what we're doing, so they get an opportunity to come and connect tonight.
Absolutely. So they need to go to Oxygen's website, and they can RSVP for tonight. It's going to be at the AMC Mesquite. It doesn't cost anything, and it's a great opportunity to see the preachers. I know I'm excited that you guys are here, so I know I'll be there. I know the Metroplex is going to be there, and they want to come out and just love on you. We love on people in Dallas, Texas.
I love it.
I don't know what they do elsewhere. We love on you.
It's always hard to leave Dallas.
See, that's
man. I mean, you know, Pastor, you know, the hostess out here, so many good pastors. Pastor Dwight McKissick over at Cornerstone, Pastor Ronnie Goins over at Cornelia, and Pastor Emerson over in Fort Worth. You know, I mean, I'm telling you, the people treat us so good that we don't want to leave.
See, you could easily have an Antioch Church of Dallas.
Oh Lord, don't see. But see, listen, they talked about us being extreme prosperity pastors. That's a whole other issue. But listen, I will definitely need to call on some of the brethren to let me use their jet if I'm going to be doing all that.
Right. Okay, well, I know you guys got to go. You got to get ready for tonight. My last question.
Yes. Yeah.
So for other pastors that may be listening, because we're streaming live on the internet and they're in different cities and states and so forth, say preachers of whoever comes to their city, would you say do it or don't do it?
Well, they just have to evaluate it. Number one, they have to get the green light from God. Yeah. I know when I made the decision, for Christy and I, when we made the decision to be on this show, we prayed about it. When they came and knocked on our door and said, hey, we're interested in you guys. We'd love for you to be on the show. We prayed. We felt like God said, this is really what I want you to do. I didn't even feel like God said, I'm going to permit you to do this. I felt like God told me to do this.
Oh, wow.
And so that's the number one thing, is because you do have to be able to handle the weight that comes along with it.
Yes.
Because there is a pressure and a responsibility to the platform.
Yeah. And if you don't know you're called, to piggyback on what Pastor Jay said, if you don't know you're called to this space, you'll become frustrated and you'll lose heart when criticism comes. Part of the thing that's allowed us to be resilient, I think all the guys on the show, is that in one shape, form, or fashion, God confirmed for us that this was our assignment. I mean, I was in the desert safari in Dubai. We don't have time to get into all that. When God, 12 years ago, when God began to speak to me about entertainment and our involvement there. Pastor Jay, before the opportunity even came, got a prophetic word from someone who came to minister at his church about him being in front of the camera and not being Christian television. And the stories go on and on. Everyone who's a part of this project, got, you can see the fingerprint of God on their life. And so, again, if you don't have that, it's going to be very difficult when the criticism comes. But if you have it, I say go for it.
Yeah. Man, the Preachers of LA, y'all, it kicks off Wednesday, August 20th on Oxygen. Make sure you're tuned in. And tonight is not too late. They're going to be at the AMC Mesquite Theater. Come on out. 7 o'clock. Go online to the Oxygen website and get yourself RSVP'd to make sure you got a seat. We don't need you standing around being in the way. Don't act like that, Saints. Last question, for real. My last question.
Why is it the last one? Can't we just stay? Cancel something else.
You sure you're not a preacher?
I wish.
Because every time preachers, when they say, "This is my last part," yeah, you know they're lying.
I'm getting in church all my life. No, but this is my final one. Really. Okay, so who is the most?
Here it comes.
Who's the most? What's the word I want?
You know who it is. You answer that because you got somebody in mind as you're asking.
You guys are there. You're working it, so I got to ask you: who is the most? Maybe we'll say. Excited pastor.
Most exciting.
Who kind of creates a little controversy.
Who's
that?
Who's
there
the
you go.
drama queen?
No, see, I was going to answer that until he said that. Now I can't. I can't do it now.
But we made it in love.
We have to start using the aliases, right?
So there's no. What you say, man?
I want to ask the question again.
Okay, who's the person? I guess that kind of brings a little more drama than maybe the other pastor.
I would say color brings more color.
Who do you think? I want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, go ahead and say it.
Not going to push me up against that one.
No, listen, it'll drive our ratings. Go ahead and tell the folks.
Well, it's a toss-up. I'll say this. Our listeners that have called in, they'll say a lot of times.
I like the listeners.
They'll say Bishop Ron kind of brings some heat, or they'll say Dietrich kind of brings some heat.
Okay.
So they kind of balance out those two. So who would you guys say?
Who would I say?
I've heard.
I'll tell you what, you're going to see me butt heads in season 2.
Okay.
And I don't butt heads because somebody's easy to get along with at the moment.
Okay. We'll leave it right there. Pastor Wayne Chaney.
Oh, I thought that was the answer for both of us. That wasn't the answer for both of us.
You got to answer.
Listen, we have some colorful personality, and I think that's part of what makes the show the show.
Okay.
No one want to watch a show again where everyone's on the same plane and people did, and so definitely, I said this to him directly. The most colorful person on the show, definitely without question, is Dietrich Haddon. He is, and he's heard me say this. He's the Nene Leakes of Preachers of LA, and thank God for him.
So
he brings. I didn't say that. I did not say that. He brings. No, I'm not.
We're not touching that. We're not.
But he brings the ratings.
Yeah.
You know, some good ratings, I think. I think we all bring ratings, but he brings some good excitement to the show, you know.
Well, then I think you all do. You all bring a lot of good excitement to the show.
Yeah.
It's a great show. So,
yeah.
Absolutely.
And Bishop Ron's going to keep it real. You know.
He's going to investigate who's married and who's not. So, tonight, they're going to be at the AMC Mesquite Theater. Go online. You can get yourself registered to be a part. It doesn't cost anything. You just have to RSVP. Go to the Oxygen Network website to get yourself registered. And don't forget, August 20th, the Preachers of LA. Thank you so much for blessing us today. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much.
We will be supporting the show. Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Y'all keep it right here. It's Heaven 97 KHVN.